Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. I want to show you that I'm ready to roll today. I've got my iced butter beer. Actually, this is a mug that I got from Stampin' Up! When I went to, I think it was Orlando 2 years ago. We had our leadership there. So I have my iced coffee in here. I'm ready to roll this morning. And it's 11 below zero. And so, well, actually, I think it's warmed up now to 7 below zero. So it's kind of odd. The card that I picked to make today is from the stamp set that's one of our Sale-a-bration stamp sets called a Happy Things stamp set. And this bird, I've seen him colored in so many tropical ways. But I tell you, at 11 or 7 below zero, we don't have many tropical birds in Minnesota unless you go to the Minnesota Zoo. But we do have a lot of kingfishers, and so I decided to make this into a kingfisher. And so this is the card that I made, and I'm going to teach you how to make it today. We're also using Sale-a-bration Designer Series paper. This is also something that you can get free when you purchase a $50 product order from Stampin' Up! Every $50 increment earns you a free item. So you could pick products, stamp sets. I have many customers that place $150 orders so that they get 3 free items. Here's the back side. And the paper that we're going to use today is this yellow paper here with the kind of fat chevrons throughout. And so let's see, another stamp set that we're using is Gorgeous Grunge. Oh, I have to sell this to every single person that I meet. And the reason is I don't want Stampin' Up! To ever discontinue this stamp set. So if you haven't bought this stamp set yet, please buy it, because Stampin' Up! Needs to keep this stamp set. I'm just on pins and needles hoping that it does not retire. But this particular item, this particular stamp, these little tiny dots are just amazing for adding a little bit of something to your card. And then of course this is awesome for like coffee splashes, or you know, if it's Halloween, you could have like a murder scene on your card with some red ink. Oh my gosh. And then this makes great countertops, and then this is a great divider on your card. I mean, I love this stamp set. And I'm using it on this card, the wonderful dots, just as kind of filler. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to need is some Night of Navy cardstock. And I have this cut. Oh, I didn't put what I have it cut at. Let me see if I can grab my folder. I have something from Paper Pumpkin. It's the real life journal that Stampin' Up! Had in Paper Pumpkin. Oh my goodness, it had to be like maybe only the 4th or 5th Paper Pumpkin that Stampin' Up! Ever put out. Of course, when I got it, I had no idea what I was going to use it for. But fairly quickly doing videos, I needed a place to put all of my tabs for my measurements, because so many of you requested that I do measurements, so I am. So this is my 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4 tab that I need to put on my cardstock. So I'll do that in a second, but as long as I have this here, I'll just show you. So here is everything that has the number 5 in. So I can just go through here. I don't have to make these tabs up every single time. Here's another, this is all my 4-inch tabs. And then here are all of my tabs that are less than 4 inches, all the way back here. And then there's a nice pocket back here that I save for templates. So I just, in case I use a template, I can store it back here if I ever want to use that template again. I don't even really know what's in here because, you know, I don't use templates all that often, but it's getting a little fat, so maybe I need to add another one of these little bags. So anyway, there it is. I will bring you back to your regular broadcast video here. So here is the paper that I use, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then on the inside panel, I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch crumb cake. And I have gone ahead and I've stamped it. I've done a little tone-on-tone stamping with those dots that I talked about. That is crumb cake over crumb cake. That's what makes it tone on tone. And then Our Friendship is a Very Happy Thing. That is from the Happy Thing stamp set that I'm using today. It also has the bird in it and a lemon. So that's what we're going to use on this card. So I did the inside panel just to save a little time. Now here's the outside panel, and that again is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to do some tone on tone here. So I have my crumb cake. I have my gorgeous grunge dots. I'm just going to stamp some here and then stamp some here. And we have our tone on tone stamping done. Not much to that. The next thing that we're going to do is put a little strip of designer series paper. This is 1 1/2 by 4 inches. And I am just going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue right along the back. And then we're going to set this on our card. I don't know, probably about 1 inch up from the bottom or so. One thing you can do is if you have some grid paper, you can always line up your grid paper at the bottom. And then if we go for 1 inch up, we can just roll that right into place so that we know both sides are going to be even. Then we are going to take some seam binding ribbon. This is in Night of Navy, and I am cutting it with my craft scissors. I use my paper and craft scissors from Stampin' Up! For ribbon only. It's always nice to dedicate a scissors to either paper or to ribbon. That way they don't dull. At least you don't want your ribbon scissors to be dull. So there is one side taped down, and then I'm just using Scotch tape to secure this ribbon on the back. And the ribbon is now secured. And actually, there's not much more we need to do with this panel, so we can go ahead and put it right on our card. So I am going to take, again, some multi-purpose liquid glue and just add this panel to the front of my card, like this. And the glue allows me, of course, to adjust it so that I have all of my borders nice and even. Now the next thing we need is a circle of Whisper White paper. So I have my circles collections here, and this is a framelit set from Stampin' Up! And if you count, starting with 1 in the center and going all the way out, the 6th circle, number 6, that particular circle is what I'm going to use in my Big Shot to cut out this circle from Whisper White, which I've already done just to save a little time. Then I'm going to ink up that beautiful bird, and I'm going to use the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. The reason I chose Tuxedo Black Memento ink is so that I can use my blendabilities on this so that it won't smear. So we're just going to stamp this bird right in the center of that circle. Beautiful. And then we can use our blendabilities to color it. Now I picked 3 colors of blendabilities. I have the darkest of the Daffodil Delight. I have the medium from the Night of Navy set. And then this is the, I think it's the medium. Yes, it's the medium brown from the Crumb Cake set. And I know you didn't really want to watch me color in all of that, so I have the little kingfisher bird right here. I did color his eye just a little bit, not all the way, but just kind of where that mark is on the eye, and I left the very inner portion white. And then I colored the beak and a little bit of the flowers with the dark of the Daffodil Delight. And then the rest of it, all of the blue that you see, is that medium Night of Navy. And then the medium Crumb Cake is for the branch. Then what I did is I put some dimensionals on the back. And now all I have to do is set this right here on my card, like so. And then I want to stamp Love Life. So I'm going to ink that stamp with Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to stamp that directly onto the designer series paper right here. And that looks so nice. So the card is complete. It really didn't take very long to make. Here's the one I started with. Hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you'd like to place a product order and support my business, I would so appreciate it. I will right away mail you a hand stamped card. In fact, I'll even make it this card if you order before the end of the week, just because it's so nice and easy to make this, and I would just love to share this with you. My blog is www.stampingtoshare.com. I truly appreciate you, and thank you so much for being a friend through YouTube. How fun is that? Have a great day. Bye-bye.